In the Solomon Islands, the stories of the giants are as old as the land itself. For centuries, these tales have been passed down through generations, whispered around campfires, and shared with hushed tones. The giants are said to be powerful and otherworldly beings with the ability to control the elements and bend nature to their will. But it wasn't until World War II that the legends of the giants took a new meaning. As Japanese soldiers occupied the Solomon Islands, they quickly learned that they were not alone in these tropical jungles. For in the shadows and in the trees, the giants were watching. Some say that the giants were angered by the presence of the foreign soldiers on their land. Others say that they simply saw an opportunity to defend their home and their people. Whatever the reason, the giants began to strike. The Japanese soldiers reported strange attacks with massive rocks and trees being thrown at them from out of nowhere. Men were snatched from the camps in the dead of night, never to be seen again, and some soldiers claimed to have seen towering figures moving through the jungle, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. To the Japanese soldiers, these attacks were terrifying and inexplicable, but to the local people they were all too familiar, for they knew the giants had risen from their slumber and were defending their land against the invaders. It is said that the giants were aided by the spirits of their ancestors who had long ago made a pact with the land itself, and in those dark days of the war the ancient magic was once again called upon to defend the Solomon Islands from those who would do them harm. Of course there are those who dismiss these stories as mere legends and folklore, but to the people of the Solomon Islands they were very real. They are a reminder of the power of the land and of the spirits that dwell within it, and they are a testament to the resilience and courage of those who call the place home. Today the legends of the giants live on in the Solomon Islands, passed down from one generation to the next, and while the war has long since ended, the stories of giants continue to inspire and captivate those who hear them, for they are a reminder of a time when the land itself rose up to defend its people, and of the enduring spirit that has always defended this special place. When European explorers first arrived on the shores of the Solomon Islands, they were met with tales of giants that seemed to defy belief. The locals spoke of towering figures that could uproot trees with ease, and of tribes of giants that ruled over the land with an iron fist. At first the European explorers dismissed these stories as mere legends and superstition, but as they delved deeper into the jungle and mountains of the islands, they began to realise that there might be some truth to these tales after all. In the heart of the island of, I'm not sure how you say this now, Guadalcanal, I'm not sure, I'll spell it, Guadalcanal, that is, sorry. The explorers encountered a tribe of giants unlike anything they had ever seen before. These massive beings stood over 10 feet tall, with skin as black as coal and muscles that rippled like steel. Their faces were fierce and intimidating, with deep-set eyes and prominent brows that gave them an almost otherworldly appearance. The European explorers were both awed and frightened by these giants, and many of them recorded their encounters in their journals and diaries. Some claimed that the giants were peaceful and friendly, offering gifts and hospitality to the strangers who had invaded their land. Others, however, described them as savage and terrifying and prone to sudden outbursts of violence that could leave even the bravest of men trembling in fear. Despite these conflicting accounts, one thing was clear. The giants of the Solomon Islands were not to be trifled with. They were fiercely protective of their land and their people, and would go to great lengths to defend them from outsiders. Over the years, European explorers continued to encounter these giants, and their accounts only grew more elaborate and fantastical. Some claim that the giants possessed magical powers, allowing them to control elements and shape the very landscape of their island themselves. The very landscape of the islands themselves, sorry. Others spoke of hidden underground cities where the entire tribes of giants lived in seclusion from the rest of the world. Of course, these tales were met with no small amount of scepticism from the rest of the world, but for those who had encountered the giants firsthand, there was no doubt that they were real and that they were a force to be reckoned with. Today, the legends of the giants of the Solomon Islands live on, past, I think this is a repeat, but I'll read it anyway, lived on down through the generations of islanders and visitors alike, and while some may dismiss them as mere myth and legends, for those who have encountered these massive beings, they are a reminder of the power and majesty of the natural world and of the mysteries that still lie hidden within it. Throughout human history, every culture has had legends and myths about giants. These massive beings, with their towering size and incredible strength, have captured the imagination of people all over the world and have been part of our stories and traditions for thousands of years. But the question remains, could these legends be connected? Is there a possibility that the giants of different cultures are all part of the same mythology and tradition passed down through generations and across continents? One example of a possible connection between giants in different cultures can be found in the biblical story of the Nephilim. According to the story, the Nephilim were the offspring of angels and human women, and were known for their giant size, strength, and some believed that the legend of the giants in other cultures could be related to this story, and that the Nephilim may have been the inspiration for other tales of massive beings. Another example of giants in mythology can be found in Greek culture, where there were stories of Cyclops and Titans. These massive beings were known for their incredible strength and were often portrayed as being at odds with the gods themselves. Similarly, Norse mythology features stories of frost giants who were often seen as the enemy of the gods and were known for their incredible size and strength. In Celtic mythology, there are also stories of giants, often associated with the natural landscape and revered for their wisdom and power. Similarly, many Native American cultures had legends of giants, often associated with the creation myth and the natural world. All of these different legends and myths about giants share one common theme. They all feature massive beings with incredible strength and power, often associated with the natural world and sometimes as being at odds with the gods or other powerful forces. They all also capture the imagination and inspire a sense of awe and wonder in those who hear the stories. While it is impossible to say for certain whether all these legends are connected, it's clear that the stories of giants have played an important role in human history and culture. They remind us of the power and majesty of the natural world and of the incredible feats that can be achieved by those who possess great strength and determination. So whether you believe that the giants of different cultures are part of the same mythological tradition or simply a shared fascination with the idea of massive beings, one thing is clear. The legends of giants are an enduring part of human culture and will continue to capture our imagination for generations to come. So, what I'm thinking is, I've mentioned that at the end because I was thinking I could do videos on some of the other types of giant stories, like Polymetheus, the Cyclops from Greek mythology, or the Titans, or the frost giants from the Norse tradition. Or, if you have any suggestions, put them in the comment section. I'm just hoping that somebody will find this interesting and want to watch it. And if you have any suggestions, like I said, put them in the comment section. But if you think this video was good enough, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, maybe you could subscribe. But other than that, if you got this far, then thank you. I appreciate you watching, and bye for now then. Thanks. Bye.